Hi Richard, really great to meet with you on Thursday, mate, and get started. Main points from the session, you were, especially with the mid-irons, shorter irons, really struggling to get any sort of consistent strike. So we looked at where your club was bottoming out, so at the bottom of the arc in your golf swing, and we quickly realised that it was very much behind the ball. So if we have a look at this one here, we set up. Technique wise, not too bad. A little bit short, but not the end of the world. Sorry about that. And then as we come through, if you watch, as you start to swing down, there's no move forward, so towards the target. This actually wasn't too bad a shot. And if you have a look here, if I just stop it sort of halfway into your follow through, you can see that the weight is still back on your right foot. You've not moved this way at all, in which case your consistency of your strike is always going to struggle. You're going to hit a lot of heavy shots. There was a lot of top shots as well, you know, just really causing you a few problems. If I just take you back to the impact position here, what we spoke quite a lot about was this distance here between your arms and into impact here. So if you imagine setting up really straight armed and then pulling your elbows apart, that would then pull the butt end of the club into your body and pull the club head away from the ground. That's likely to give you some fins and some tops. And obviously with the weight being back on your right foot, that's going to encourage the club to bottom out behind the ball as well. So you could really hit an array of shots from that position. We're just looking at layer. I've flipped Justin Rose round to make him a left-hander for you. If you notice here, just as he sets up, arms perfectly straight here, okay? Now, as we go from the top, I'm just going that. If we get to the top of the backswing here, right, you can see that his, well, I suppose right arm in this case, is perfectly straight. Now as he comes down into it, watch that first move there. He moves into the front foot, and then as he gets into impact, the arms have returned as near as damn it to both arms straight. So the weight's forward and the arms are straight. Now as we can see here, the arms aren't straight, the elbows have pulled apart, and the weight is back onto your left foot, sorry, onto your trail foot. Now, a little bit further on here, this was a little bit later on in the session, and what we were trying to get you to do is straight away, arms a lot straighter, so that's much better. Handle forward. So we've got the club leaning slightly more forward, so towards the target. So weight forward as much as possible to get the feeling of driving towards the target on the way down. So this is just a practice swing. So you can see here the weight's forward, you're keeping it forward. Remember, this was just a practice job. You're going nice and slowly down into the ground. And look at the difference in finishing positions here. That is a massive difference. Handles forward, the weight's forward. You can see that the lower body is shifted towards the target. So instead of staying fairly inactive, the hips have moved this way. If you notice the difference in the elbows here, nowhere near as much gap between them, so they felt as though we were squeezing the arms together. So if we just follow through there, a massive difference between that and what we were getting at the start of the session there. So the weight's now starting to move forward. Just watch Justin Rose here. Arms straight, weights forward. So you can see here, if you look at Rose here, you can see the weight's moved off his trail foot and moved into his left. and we're starting to get the same sort of move here. So, quick recap. During practice especially, weight maximum forward, arms straight, and then as you're coming down into impact, you're thinking squeeze the elbows together, really keep those arms together, and trying to make sure you hit the ground in front of the ball. That will then take care of your weight moving forward, and if your arms are extending, so really straightening, you're not likely to miss the ground at all. So with the weight forward and hitting the ground, you're going to hit the ball first, ground afterwards, and you should see some much more consistent golf shots. Best of luck with it, Richard. Any questions, you know where I am. Speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.